Hello everyone. So today let us talk about the layoff from Atlassian. So this morning I came to know about this news, this unfortunate sad news about the layoffs from Atlassian. So they have laid off, I believe, 500 employees, and it is of course a big number, 5% of their workforce. And I thought I need to talk about it. I need to also share my views about this sad news. Now, the first thing that I want to say is that we should not blame Atlassian, or we should not also blame at the same time any other similar companies like Meta or Twitter, for example, because I'll be honest, because job is a job. These companies are, of course, they are businesses, and the main fundamental or one of the most important thing that these companies need to do, they need to be profitable. So if they want to fire or lay off people, they can, because that is basically in their interest. So if Atlassian has laid off 500 employees, then I'm sure they have a very good reason for doing that. And at the same time, I also want to say that for employees, or basically anyone who is doing like a full-time job, I think you should try not to get too attached to your company. And if you're working somewhere, and if you are basically working for someone as their employee, it is like a very transactional deal between you and your company. So basically your company needs you to do some work, and they are of course paying you, and that is how companies work. That is how this system works. So if you're employed by someone, it could be a big company or a small company or a medium-sized company, of course focus on doing your job, but try to be in top 10%. For example, if imagine that there is a company of 100 people, and if tomorrow that company has to lay off 90 people, they just want to keep 10, would you be in those 10 people? So you should aim to be in top 10%. I mean, there is no like fixed criteria of 10% or 5% or 1%, but I think whatever you are doing within your team, let us say you're working with 10 people, like 10 immediate people that you work with. Are you better than those 10 people in that organization? If not, then try to become better than them. It is of course, uh, of course you have to work as a team, but at the same time also think about your interest, because you are an employee, you're getting paid to do your job. Also help others, also be available for your juniors. But at the same time, job is a job. That is what I wanted to say, and I wanted to be very honest about it. Now the thing is that if you are working somewhere as an employee, also and always try to focus on your skills. And when I say skills, you should be able to, I mean, a good way to measure yourself or your skills should be that you should be able to use your skills independently from your company. So let us say you are working in Atlassian as a developer, or maybe you are doing some marketing work, or maybe you are their system admin. Would you be able to go out in the market and earn money, literally earn money, no matter how much? Would you be able to sell your skills and earn money from it? If yes, then great. If no, then start working on your skills. And it is actually applicable to anyone who is working in a full-time job, because job is a job. You should be able to you should actually focus and spend time on your skills on a daily basis. Literally every day you should think about that I need to build some additional skills, or whatever I'm doing, I need to be really, really, really good in it. So if you're able to sell your skills, then getting another job should be absolutely easy, because people or employees or your potential employers, they would actually look at the value that you will bring. And if you're able to use or reuse your skills in a different setup, then that is the best thing that you can do. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is you should not be worried or concerned about basically this news about Atlassian layoff. And I'm talking about those people who are involved with Atlassian. So maybe if you are, let us say, working for a partner, or if you're like me, who is a consultant, or maybe you're working in a company where you're a Jira admin. So anyone who is doing anything with Jira or Atlassian tools, I don't really think you should worry about anything. And if you think your career depends on Atlassian, the company Atlassian, then I don't really see any reason why you should be worried, because if tomorrow, let us say Jira goes away, right? if you're worried about the company itself, let us say the worst case scenario, if there is no Atlassian, there is no Jira tomorrow or after 6 months, then do you think anything will change? Of course, things will change, but that is what you should do. Focus on your skills. My previous point. But if tomorrow, Atlassian or Jira goes away completely, then it is not really in your control anyways. So why worry about it? So just do whatever you're doing. Just focus on building your core skills and building some additional skills that you can maybe reuse or resell if you have to. And if something happens to Jira or Atlassian, we have so many other things to do. For example, let me give you my example. My skills, things that I can do without Jira, without Atlassian. Now I can do Linux consultancy. I can set up Linux servers. I can write code. I'm a programmer, so I can also build something. It could be anything like a website. I can build mobile apps. So I can write code in a few languages, so I'm not really massively concerned, and I have learned money from these things. Talking about slightly non-IT things, I have done graphic designing. It is IT. I have done videography, which is of course not really directly related to IT, so I can also do that. I can also become a trainer. In the past, I used to train people on Linux. I used to train people on Excel VBA. I can train people on Drupal. I can train people on website development, and I can also maybe become who knows, a vlogger, maybe a travel vlogger. Because these days people do earn money from it. So you should not worry too much about this news anyways, because Atlassian is a company and they are a business. They have full right to do whatever they want to do. It is basically for you to think or start focusing on your skills, your competencies. And by the way, today's video, it has nothing to do with Atlassian directly, because these things are applicable to any company. So if you're working in any company and you're watching this video, this is applicable, by the way. And finally, for those people who lost their jobs, those 500 people who lost their jobs, the only thing that I can say to you is, just move on. It's just a job. It is just a job. I'm sure you can find another job. Just start working on it. Start updating your resume and reach out to people. If you reach out to me, I might be able to help you, especially if you are here in the UK, or maybe if you are in India. I can definitely try. I can definitely forward your resume to my network, because I do know people in Atlassian ecosystem. But if you just want to have a chat, just message me on LinkedIn, or maybe reach out to me on ravisagar.in/support. So I do have a service desk. Or if you go to my website, ravisagar.in, just click on the contact button and just reach out to me. Maybe I can help you in any ways, or maybe if you just want to share something to me, or if you just want to have a chat, reach out. All right, that is it. I know, slightly unusual video. Not really unusual video, because I had to talk about Atlassian because I do earn money from Atlassian. And by the way, recently I made a video on how to make money from Atlassian tools, so you can also watch that video. And at the same time, these kind of videos I make on my other channel, Blackberry Boy. So whatever I talked about, my other skills, which is actually everything that I do non-Atlassian, non-Jira, I posted on my other channel, Blackberry Boy. So, if you want to follow these things, or if you want to maybe learn from my experience, or if you just want to connect with me, you can, consider subscribing to that channel. I mean, don't subscribe, just, watch those videos. I don't really ask people to subscribe to my channel. It's a bit, that is not really me. If you like my content, if you watch my videos, and if you think I'm doing something good, I'm sure you would subscribe, or you would remember. It will pop up in your list, right? All right, that is it. Have fun. Bye bye.